I didn't wake up expecting anything. That's how it starts now. Not with anticipation. Just a quiet awareness of the date. I saw it on my phone in the morning. Same way I see any other notification and let it sit there without attaching meaning to it. The day moved normally. Work, messages, a few routine calls. No one from my family reached out. By the afternoon I had already accepted it without really naming it. It wasn't a sharp realization anymore. It was something softer, more familiar. Still, later that evening, I found myself checking my phone again. Not often, just enough to confirm what I already knew. Nothing. I didn't feel angry, just clarified. A week passed before anything changed. The message came through casually, like it belonged to a completely different timeline. Hey, baby shower next Saturday at the cabin. We're organizing catering. Can you Venmo $200? No mention of my birthday. No pause. Just a request, placed into the same space where acknowledgement had been absent. I read it once. Then again, slower. There wasn't even irritation. Just a kind of quiet recognition. This is how it works. I thought about the cabin for a moment. The paperwork I had signed. The way I had convinced myself it was something shared, something meaningful. Then I looked back at the message. There was no hesitation this time. I opened my app, typed in the amount, and sent $01. For a second I considered leaving it blank. Instead, I added a note. This is what I've got left for you. I stared at it before sending, not questioning it, just making sure it felt accurate. Then I pressed confirm. No follow-up message, no explanation. I didn't wait to see the response. I blocked the numbers, one by one. Not quickly, not dramatically, just methodically, like closing tabs that had been left open too long. After that, the silence felt different, not empty, intentional. Over the next 2 days, I went through everything I had avoided looking at closely before. Shared accounts, access points, things that were still connected simply because they had always been. I removed them. There was no urgency behind it, no rush to finish, just a steady process of separating what had been assumed to be permanent. By the second day, everything was clean, or at least clearer. That evening, I got a notification I almost missed, an alert from the bank. Unsuccessful login attempt. I opened it. The username was familiar. My sister. For a moment, I just looked at it, not surprised, not satisfied. Just aware. That was the moment it shifted from internal to visible. Something that had always been accessible wasn't anymore. I didn't receive any messages. Not directly, not yet, but I could imagine the sequence on the other side. Confusion first, then checking, then realization. I put my phone down. The room was quiet, the same as it had been all day, but it didn't feel like something was missing. It felt like something had been returned. Not to me, exactly. Just back into place. I didn't think about the baby shower, or whether they would try to reach me another way, or what they would say if they did. For the first time, none of that felt necessary to consider. I wasn't waiting for acknowledgement anymore. I wasn't measuring anything against their response. The connection had changed shape, not broken, not repaired. Just no longer expected to carry what it used to. And sitting there, in that quiet, I realized I didn't need to explain that to anyone. It already made sense.